and it's a really awful thing to go through. I'm going to go up to people and ask if they have Midol, while my legs are dripping blood.
Do you guys have any Midol?
No. Ew, what? No. What? No. Are you dying?
Do you have any Midol?
No, bad.
Do you guys by chance have Midol?
Hello, you're beautiful. I don't have any Midol.
Kiss me too hardly.
List of things that I don't think should be controversial in the year 2024, coming from a public school teacher and who works with human beings all day, every day. Climate change exists. I understand how that is controversial. I don't understand why that is hard for people to grasp. The ramifications across the globe are going to be different depending on the area that you go to and like year to year, but like it exists and like it's not looking too good right now. All my kids could tell you that. They've all done research on it. Do your own research and figure it out. Freedom of religion should be freedom of religion. You may practice whatever religion you want to practice. That is the point of freedom of having religion. There's so many different religions in this world. So why you think yours is the only correct one, I couldn't understand. But sure, practice whatever you want to practice. But freedom of religion does not excuse you from being a bad person. You cannot use your religion as an excuse to harm other people. White privilege exists. If you don't understand the role that white supremacy has played in our history, what history are you looking at? Reminder, privilege does not equate to hardship. You can have privilege and still have experienced hardship. I don't understand what is hard about that concept. Racism still exists. I see it every single day in the hallways of school. I see it online every single day. So for people to be like, oh, it's a thing of the past, what? What reality are you living in? Sounds nice, but it's not our reality. Although English is the primary language that we speak in this country, it is not the only language. And we should be celebrating the fact that people are multilingual. So many of us could benefit from being multilingual. Along the same lines of language, when we think about who is native to this country and our thoughts on immigration, Jimmy Joe from Southern Connecticut, I'm sorry, but you are not native to this country. So you cannot tell other people to go home to the country that they come from because they could say the same thing to you. Banning books doesn't ban truth. It hides it, and I feel like that is backwards. Even if it's not banning truth, it's just banning stories, and I feel like we as humans should have rights to read whatever we want to read, especially something that's age appropriate. Education is a necessity of life, and the fact that we are underfunding and defunding so many programs across our country to provide quality education is beyond me.
Salam, everyone. I just gotta ask, who's cosplaying? See, cosplaying is when you dress up as something that you aren't or someone you aren't. I am a Muslim woman. I wear what a Muslim woman wears. I dress like that. So, who's cosplaying here? 1, I am Muslim. 2, not a fake woman. I'm a real woman, just as any other woman out there. I mean, we should have access to healthcare. We should have, access to our surgeries, therapists, hormones, other, gender affirming care for everybody, no matter the age. Let me ask you this. How do we classify sports? We classify them between men and women, not male and female.
Welcome to Hormones for Dummies. Step 1. Wipe away your sins with holy water. Everyone knows that sins go right to your thighs. Step 2. Prepare your needle for the anger and confusion you are about to unleash onto Republicans. Step 3. Stick the needle in your small jar of women's rights. You don't want to get too many rights, or you'll be labeled as a radical. Step 4. Change your needle to a smaller one so your crybaby act can actually inject it. Step 5. Get the booby smoothie to the top of the needle. Step 6. Insert the needle into your skin and try not to cry as your privilege gets removed. Step 7. Have your girlfriend get you a cool bandage because you were a tough girl and did a good job.
I get so many comments like this, and I want to explain something. Being misgendered can be an incredibly painful experience. In that moment, we are reminded that the world places us into a bucket that we do not fit in. And it is incredibly traumatic to grow up being constantly told you're something you're not. So for a lot of people, being misgendered triggers that trauma. So if it looks like I'm mad, it's probably because I'm in a lot of pain. In the same way that when we stub our toe, we scream expletives because we're in pain. Also, us non-binary people were forced to educate ourselves on our own existence. So it can be frustrating when we see people who are not putting in the work and and constantly making mistakes. And I know it is new. I know mistakes are bound to happen. And I have patience for people who are genuinely putting in the work. I know so many of you don't want to be hurting non-binary people, but the truth is when you misgender us, you are. And to expect us to hold your hand through it while we're being hurt, that's abusive behavior.